about another team from the Big Ten, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Wolverines will kick it away first. He'll bring it out. It's Lloyd. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Cornhuskers' return team didn't help matters out much with that one. And this wide receiver, he's the linchpin to the offense. They want to make sure they find a multitude of ways to get in the football.
And it's a risk-reward scenario on defense when you're trying to...
And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
What a great play. This guy is a force on this D-line. You think about Michigan football defensively, they've got dudes up front. Aiden Hutchinson, Brandon Graham, Mozzie Smith, Rashawn Gary. Guys that can win one-on-one and guys that change and force your game plan to have to adapt for them. You need to double team these guys if you want to have any chance. This is that type of player. He's got so much ability.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place trying to help their defense. Handoff to the lone back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Gets his first one of the day away. Might be a little stiff. They only used him twice in that loss a week ago. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. So the Michigan Wolverines offense will have its first possession of the game. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football.
It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise continuing to get louder and louder, haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results-oriented. They've lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. If they're going to stay competitive and they're going to field the best team and program possible heading into next year, then it looks as though a change is inevitable here.
That is no good. And the score will stay right where it is after that miss.
Well, the upright playing the 12th man on defense, knocking that ball down. It looked like it had a chance to be good.
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Tom.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
I'll be honest, that is a formation and a play call I was never expecting to see in this game. This offense is one of the top 10 passing units in the entire country. I'm surprised they even have goal line in their playbook. What are we doing?
And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. The Huskers come to the line with a new set of downs.
1st and 10. 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 1st and 10.
Used the play fake, now to throw. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, dude.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Trying to get to it. And they got him. He'll get him down for the sack. The Cornhuskers will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll bring it back. It's Morgan. Slips through the line. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
The quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. He leaves it with the back. Bowls his way forward. Inside the big house, they have those big condominiums down there on the field paving the way for the running back.
Big, huge condominiums, and every year it's a little bit different of how they wear their uniforms and how they fit their uniforms, but the style, always the same. Line up, hit you right in the mouth. That's who Michigan is.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Snagged on the outside, it's Bell. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands. You saw it on that last play.
On the ground, it's Edwards. Powers forward, but stopped after a pickup of 2 to the 24.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
If they don't pick up this third down, let's see if they trust their field goal kicker after the miss on the last drive. The option look. The pitch. And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down.
Yeah, and that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that third and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a fourth down.
It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. This is well within field goal range, but the kicker will stay on the sideline, and the offense will try to convert on fourth down. Incomplete, the defense holds.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And a great job by the linebacker. You could tell, starting to crowd the line of scrimmage, get up on the line of scrimmage, see it, diagnose it, get in the backfield, get the running back on the ground for the tackle for the loss.
Looking for a man, it's Raiola. He looks that one in nicely. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a run.
Wants to throw on third down. He'll off one deep down the left side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He only needs a sliver of daylight. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Boy, that last drive, they had a chance to put 3 on the board and passed. This one needs to be productive, David.
I got no problem with aggressiveness. It was a pretty decent drive. This offense isn't fully clicking yet. They need to get in a little better rhythm, and they need to capitalize on those scoring opportunities.
And they've got the weapons to do that too, David. They've got guys that can make plays in space. They need to focus on them and get them the ball this drive.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake. He's going to fire deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
And the offense clearly saying, we want to take those deep shots. We want to be aggressive. And I think that's a good strategy because it makes the defense really honor what you're going to do. And just missed a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if this offense finds a way to come back to some of those deep balls.
The Wolverines will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the right. Tip ball, put it up for grabs, and I thought he had it, but somehow it slithered through his fingers. Now on 2nd down after the incompletion. Dropping back, it's Orji. Looking left. And you just don't expect your junior quarterback to get fooled and to throw it into double coverage like that.
Yeah, and because of the pressure, the defense gets pressure on him immediately so quickly that he makes a bad decision, tries to throw it into double coverage. Really nice job pressuring the quarterback up front.
Going for the big play. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. And the Wolverines will send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They've hit a bit of a lull here, and they need to get things cranked up with this possession, Jesse.
Just haven't had a rhythm these last couple of possessions, but I'll tell you, the best way to get back into one is to run the football. Establish yourselves up front at the line of scrimmage and help keep these 3rd downs manageable.
Yeah, and the best news is your defense at least forced a punt of their own. So now you can go answer with that good stop while this game is still close. Let's just go keep putting more points on the board, and let's see less of the punter.
On 2nd down, looking to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Banks. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down.
Well, that was a weird one because I think running back screen was called, but the quarterback just saw an open receiver downfield and said to himself, hey, I got an open guy. I'm just going to take it.
He's got an open man. And the tackle is made, but not before. That completion gets them 30-plus. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far. Starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Yeah, he does a really good job being decisive, getting downhill, being a great runner. And guess what? You know how easy offense is when you get me at 2nd and short, 2nd and medium. Everything in the playbook is open to him.
Wide receiver shows motion. The play action fake. Caught close to the marker. It's Fedot. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Cornhuskers.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the kick is good, but there is a penalty flag because he paid for making that kick. I think they're going to get him for roughing the kicker. Defense. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The kickoff team out there to boot it away and 15 yards farther up the field after the roughing the kicker penalty. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Starting this drive like that is exactly what they had hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. Wants to throw. It's Orji. He's going to let it go. Snags it inside the 20. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Wolverine. That was just as simple as playing catch in warm-ups.
And this offense felt like they could take advantage of this defense down the field throwing the football. They've got a lot of speed on the perimeter. I feel like they've got some matchups they feel they should be winning one-on-one. You saw a great example of it right there.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. We'll see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
They'll try again on 2nd down after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Banks. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. The clock is not their friend. Got to get everybody to the line quickly. To the air on 1st down. Catch in the middle, it's Fedot. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. And the Huskers will hustle to the line. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Shoves back behind the chains. It's 1st and 15. They want to just keep throwing it. Got it in the middle. It's Banks. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Nebraska.
The Huskers will have it 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's Raiola. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Quarterback and receiver on the same page there on the curl route. Nice job by the receiver finding the soft spot in zone and just settling down, making that throw a whole bunch easier.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Fedot. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion. They lost yardage. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Pressure coming. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. And it's no good. He missed it. After that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball game. Offense set on 1st down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Trying to find his man on 1st down. And the quarterback is snowed under. Just enough time to get off one more snap. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, tough to beat the pageantry and quality of play so far today in Ann Arbor. And a compelling first half for a variety of reasons. Yes, there's a substantial lead to talk about, but I think it all starts with this defense that has more than made its share of big plays. If things keep trending in this direction, you can bet a ton of those backs and receivers are going to spend a lot of time in ice baths before the end of the day.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10, and the returner will be brought down. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Orji. He's got him in the flat. Not the biggest play in the world, but it's one that can set the tone as he bangs his way out to the 38. After that last completion, it's 2nd down. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Now on the option. He'll toss it. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picked up the 1st down. And how about the timing on that pitch?
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that 1st down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Going up top on 1st down. Grab behind the line. It's Edwards. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
You sort of get the feeling here in the second half with the game tied. It very easily could come down to which of these two quarterbacks has the football last. Bit of a blown opportunity there on 3rd down with that incompletion. This guy's going to have to lock in for the remainder of the game.
The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Palmer, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a 1st down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, The offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. The Cornhuskers will bring the punt team onto the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. For this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going, and something can start to build.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Complete to the left. He gets the job done on third down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. The Wolverines getting set on 1st and 10. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. To the ground with the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
To the air. It's Orji. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Michigan! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Off play action on 1st down. Finds his man. It's Johnson. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. A great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a 1st down.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They'll put the tight end in motion. Hand off from the shotgun. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Looking to throw, it's Raiola. Makes his connection. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the 1st down. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Give to the running back. Makes the tackle at the 31. It's a pickup of 5 on the play.
It's a nice game, but the big theme here is they just haven't been able to get the run game going on offense. They've been very one-dimensional. They're just not being physical enough at the point of attack.
They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Wide open downfield. Touchdown, Nebraska! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Looking to pass. It's Orji. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
You know, David, I love defenses that stay aggressive, especially at this point of the field. They've got pass rushers on this unit with speed and that are aggressive and that can win one-on-one, and you saw it right there.
And there's 2 thought processes when I'm a defense and I got them backed up is I am stopping the run, not allowing them to have any space, but also understanding this is also a shot part of the field. Like, it's going to be a run, or a lot of times that ball is going to be a deep ball thrown down the sideline because you'll get man-to-man. Nice job by the defense applying pressure, getting the sack, now putting them in a bad situation backed up, close to their own end zone.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete.
Yeah, and I like the shot, the aggressive play down the field. And we like throwing those jump balls up to my receiver because usually the receiver makes the play and makes the defender look bad. Nice job by the defender getting a hand on it, tipping that ball away from the wide receiver.
This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Fast motion from the offense. Scanning the field, it's Raiola. Takes the easy one to the back. Knocked down after a short game, but enough to move those chains.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Hauls it in. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the 1st down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6.
Well, another catch by the big fella. And, hey, this defense now in the 2nd level, they've got to understand that they're going to see some play action. They can't keep biting on the fake. It's not easy to do. You've got to be aware of the tight end and his release. As soon as you see him get upfield, right now you know it's pass. So don't even worry about the fake. Get your eyes focused and find the big fella to go make a tackle and make a play on the ball.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And a nice job by the offense, picking up the blitz, understanding that extra guy was coming, and creating just a little bit of a hole for that running back to slither through and get some positive yards.
Picked up 6 on that last one, now 2nd and inches. Tries again to get it in. Touchdown, Husker! They move on top here in the fourth. Well, 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 somebody's been doing their box jumps.
You ain't lying. Getting up in the air. Hey, listen, I'm taking a picture of that, saving it. That might be my screensaver on my phone. That vertical way up in the air.
On to attempt the try. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Maryland is running away with things, and it's thanks in large part to an offense that's been firing on all cylinders. They're up by 38 over Toledo. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Going to the ground. Picks his way ahead, pick up a 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line. He's been under pressure all season, and they really haven't done much to turn down that heat. And it's just hard to imagine that this guy will be back leading this program next year.
Yeah, and you want to see him finish strong, and I think Coach needs to finish strong. All the negativity swirling around the program, obviously, you hear it. It's a part of it. The kids hear it, but finishing strong would kind of ease some of that for Palmer. It's the body of work. Everything he did this season is going to be taken into account, and it's going to be tough, I think, for him to keep his job.
It's a combination of wins and losses this year, but it's also about who's out there. There's some good big-time candidates, some good coaches that could come in. We know they've got the money to spend. It just seems like they're going to make a change.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking for a man. It's Orji. Fires it incomplete.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Man, that's deflating. And as a defensive guy, I was frustrated when my offense didn't come through when I needed him to. But now it's my time. I got to go make a play. I got to go force a turnover, get the ball back to my offense so we can tie or win this ball game.
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. So that defense keeps the lead right where it is and a chance to build on it, David.
Yeah, the defense did a great job. Now, the offense, you know what you're going to get from this defense. They have to be aggressive. They're trying to get the football back later in the game.
Because they're going to be so aggressive too, David, you know on offense now you have a chance to break one maybe in the run game or finding a one-on-one matchup in the passing game to really pad the lead.
At this point, the defense has little choice but to sell out to stop the run on 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. What a tough-minded, hard-edged run. He gets it to the 24.
And I would just hate to be in the shoes of these defenders trying to tackle this running back because, of course, you're so afraid of this guy shaking you and using his elite speed to make you look bad on a highlight film somewhere, but you forget this guy can still run you over. And you saw it on that play.
On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
And the Huskers have it with a 1st and 10. It has been said that the obstacle is